for Bill Elliott. If you're just joining us and didn't hear, Bill's dad passed away earlier in the week. Now Ricky Rudd's going the wrong direction.
Yeah, Ricky's on the outside there, and as you see, once you get on that second groove on the high side of the racetrack, you just don't get the forward bite off the corner you need.
Here's Jeff Burton trying to grab the 16th spot away from Nemechek, while Mayfield now makes the move for 12th, the way he grabs it from Derek Cope.
Jeremy went in so very hard that he swept up the racetrack. By the way, Jeremy Mayfield was fifth quickest in happy hour yesterday, the last practice, so he has a good car. As you see, he's working his way towards the front. Matt Kenseth doing a great job in the 94 for Bill Elliott.
Yeah, let's point out this is his first time ever in a competitive Winston Cup race, and he won here yesterday in the Busch Series event, and what a terrific job he's done.
How different, buddy, driving his normal Lighthouse.com Busch Series car versus this McDonald's Ford today in Winston Cup?
Well, the biggest thing he has now is about 100 more horsepower than he's used to dealing with, but as you can see, he's really taking care of everything. He's getting in the throttle very easy. The biggest thing is jumping back in the throttle and breaking the rear wheels loose, which he is not doing. He's doing a great job as far as holding that car where it needs to be on the racetrack. And look with him there. You see Matt Kenseth right now going on the inside, taking that spot away from the 12 of Jeremy Mayfield.
Well, if you wonder what Jack Roush sees in that guy, just watch these laps, and you're going to see exactly what Jack Roush sees, and it's an awful lot of talent.
Look at Kenseth. See Matt Kenseth right there? Third guy on the screen, the number 94. That's for the battle for position on the lead lap. He's running an 8th right now.
Boy, he's making a statement out of the Busch Grand National Circuit up right now. Really, I mean, these are great drivers that this guy's running against, taking the outside line there, moving up the racetrack on Bobby Labonte, getting great forward bite, and Bill Elliott's car there, the 94. I'm just really impressed with Matt Kenseth. As you said, Jack Roush saw something in this driver. It gives him a lot of technical advice as far as the Busch Grand National deal with Robbie Reiser and all the guys. And I tell you, you better remember that name. One of these days we'll be talking about him chasing Jeff Gordon and these guys for the win.
As we watch this run, let's remember that this is his first time in a Winston Cup car, and it's also his first time with his crew. They say it takes a long while for a driver and a crew to get used to each other. Well, Kenseth is really doing a job here today to be running as well as he is.
He went from a 14 shirt to a 16 and passed a little bit there because that chest has to be getting bigger, and he's feeling better about what Matt Kenseth brings to the table now. He's answered the question. Yes, I can run with Bobby Labonte. He's in my rearview mirror right now. Winston Cup, the premier NASCAR event, and he's up there running with the best.
Doing a heck of a job.
And Eli, Joe Caroni's here, the crew chief. Now, Matt Kenseth had been talking about a bad vibration before this most recent pit stop. Joe, we heard Matt talking about a bad vibration. What can you tell us?
Well, it sounds like we have a broke valve spring or something. At first, he could hear it and not really feel it, so we thought maybe a pipe broke, so we looked on this pit stop to see if a pipe is broken. It doesn't look like a pipe's broken. We're just going to have to wait and see here.
All right, let's go down pit road to Matt.
You see Matt Kenseth coming back in again. Tracy, I know you're tied in with TNN Outdoors as a promotional spokesperson, and you know, it's a natural. You got NASCAR, you got the country sound, you got the outdoor life. It all kind of goes hand in hand.
It sure does. I mean, I told that crowd that last night. I said, y'all are NASCAR fans, and I asked them if they love to hunt and fish, and now everybody in the whole crowd screamed and raised their hands, and I said, well, that's my kind of people right there, and it is. I think you see that correlation, and you know, not in many sports except for NASCAR, where you can be pretty much for sure that these folks love country music and that they love the outdoors and they love this racing for sure.
The seat that he wears.
Yeah, well, I mean, he does. He wears that seat. This thing is it fully forms around his shoulder,
especially at night when he goes out.
I said seat, not suit.
Oh, Lord. Here goes Kenseth. Look at that. He's still battling. Car maybe not up to snuff. Intermittent miss, they said. But here he's going to take 7th away from John Andretti if he can. He may not have to get up and go on the straightaways.
Well, if he has a miss, indeed, it's running very, very well. Yeah. It's running where it needs to run because you can see it goes right on by Andretti.
Good battle. He's right there to the inside still. Makes the pass. That's the remarkable story watching on the racetrack right there. Kenseth just goes around Bobby Labonte, and now takes fifth. Can the car be ill-performing and be running that well?
It can, for one reason. It's going through the corner very, very well. You see the back of the car very stable. He runs the middle part of the racetrack, does not seem to be overdriving the race car. And if you're going through the corners real well, down the straightaway, it'll actually run as fast as the car that comes off the corner, maybe pushing a little bit off the corner and does not build speed up until the far end of the straightaway.
Not to belabor the point, but in case you've not been with us all day or haven't heard any of the news this weekend, the reason Matt Kenseth is in the car, Bill Elliott's dad, George, passed away Friday morning. As a matter of fact, the funeral is to begin in about 5 minutes from now down in Georgia. And as a result, obviously, Bill not here this weekend. Steve Burns, it's a remarkable story. He was running so very well.
Eli, I've never seen anything like it. None of the guys on the team seem to know what's wrong. They raised the hood twice on that last caution period. They said crew chief Joe Garone hit a wire that might have been loose. I don't know if that was enough to fix the problem, but it really is hauling the mail now.
Look at Matt Kenseth there in fourth place, right on the back bumper of Dale Jarrett, looking to the inside to head down to turn one.
What a superb story. Yeah, look at Kenseth. That's remarkable.
You don't suppose he's got a shot to win this thing,
Wouldn't that be a spectacular story?
What a story. Jody Ridley, 1981, first-time winner I can remember at this place. Maybe the only first-time winner.
Look at this. He's taking second place.
Matt Kenseth. Now remember, guys, Rusty Wallace finished second in his first NASCAR Winston Cup race. Remember back in 1980, he was driving for Roger Penske at the time in Atlanta, and Rusty finished second in his first Winston Cup start.
Now, the one thing, if I had one thing to tell Matt Kenseth right now, don't use those tires completely up. I know it's wonderful to be right up at the front, but don't use the race car up, because right now, Mark Martin's setting a pace out there. If he runs him down, he has to abuse the tires just a little more than I think he needs to at this point.
The whole McDonald's team just looking on, and Steve Burns, this is a remarkable story.
Boy, this is exciting down here, Eli. Now, Dick Bergen said moments ago, do you think Mike Kenseth has a shot to win this thing? I swear, just seconds before Dick said it, Matt said, when I get up near that front pack, boys, I got a shot to win this race. Unbelievable.
Really is. Winning here yesterday, trying to sweep the weekend. Only once has the same driver won the Saturday and Sunday races on the same weekend at Dover. Harry Gant did it in 1991. It has happened 14 times in history at various racetracks. There he'll lose a spot to Rusty Wallace.
Eli, one thing's happened. The sun is now peeking back out on the back straightaway. The racetrack may change as the sun pops back out. Kenseth lightning fast under the gray racetrack, but as you see right there, the sun is back out again. For how long, we don't know, but it's there.
Still significant cloud cover around. First place back to second. There it is. 1.7 seconds back to Matt Kenseth. Long way from Cambridge, Wisconsin to this kind of center stage, isn't it?
Boy, oh boy, but I tell you what, he's rung the bell around the country to let everybody know Matt Kenseth is not just a Grand National driver. He's a driver, period.
And it's not been a fluke either. I mean, he's had to drive this car today, dealing with traffic. The hood's been up on it a couple of times. It's not been a gimme by any stretch.
His Busch Series car owner, Robbie Reiser, used to race against him and decided that Kenseth was so good that when Reiser decided to step aside, get out of the seat, he said, I want him to drive the car.
And yesterday it was a brand new car that Robbie Reiser and the fellows brought for him. They hadn't even tested it anywhere. They really had no new car blues in the practice runs on Friday. I went out and took her to the house there yesterday and grabbed the checkered flag. And that kind of a weekend for Kenseth, but what's really impressed me too is that Kenseth has not forced the issue. If a pass wasn't there, he wouldn't try and put the car where it shouldn't go.
He's driving smart beyond his experience. He really is.
Don't you think the race car and Mike Beam and those guys, they have a great race car. Bill's had some misfortune through the year, but that race car is basically very, very good.
And Matt Kenseth comes comes to a stop. Joe Garone said he did not think they would make any chassis adjustments to the 94. Right side tires going on. They do make a chassis adjustment on the right side, shifting weight to the left. Now the left side tires coming off. 4 tires for Matt Kenseth. Let's check in now with Dale Jarrett.
Okay, Mark Martin is in down here, guys, and this will be 4 tires and fuel. Fuel being the key word here. I asked Jack Roush if they can make it all the way. He did not give me an answer. Mark Martin, Bobby Labonte, and Jeff Gordon, Dale Jarrett are the guys that make it out first. I'm going to tell you what I would do. If there was any doubt whatsoever in my mind that I couldn't make it, there's only 9 cars on the lead lap. Right before we go back to green, I'd have to come in and top off. Okay, Sam, their strategy originally was for, he's just letting those lap cars go by so they wouldn't press him. Originally, their strategy was to run as hard as they could and get as far away from the rest of them and stop in for a splash. Meanwhile, Bobby Labonte and Dale Jarrett's crews both say that they can make it all the way. There was no question about Labonte. He gets better gas mileage than a bicycle.
Eli, you could hear the crowd just go screaming there. Matt Kenseth and Jeff Gordon made contact in the middle of the corner there.
That wasn't the crowd. That was you.
No, it was not me.
That was a great fit right there. Kenseth and Gordon got together. Sure did.
The green car there, that's Bobby Labonte now running in second spot due to a great pit stop. They got him right back out there. Matt Kenseth and Jeff Gordon do a closing on him in a hurry.
Quick lap last time by was Jeff Gordon's lap. Kenseth second fastest last time with Mark Martin third.
Ernie Irvin in that 36 is one of the few guys that tried practice up and down on the racetrack. Most of the guys are just trying to stay as low as possible, but he tosses that car into the corners so hard that he had no choice but to find out what was going on upstairs. And here comes Gordon on the inside against it.
He's got third, so Gordon grabs the spot. See if Kenseth can cover it. He does before Rusty Wallace sneaks on through.
Well, Matt Kenseth came in. It looks like they're going to lose some positions on that pit stop. They had a problem on the left rear. Don't know if the lug nuts got stripped or not, but nonetheless, a little bit slow on the left rear, so Matt Kenseth will lose some positions here on pit road. Eli, I noticed they were having problems on the left rear, and in fact, they had a lug nut that got stuck in the air gun as they were removing the lug nut, so that's what slowed them down. They finally got it off and then got the replacement tire back on, but it was a lug nut that got caught up in the air gun.
So that's the update there.
Also, Matt Kenseth, who was right up in the very front there, at one time running in second place, and lost quite a few positions in the 94 car. They're really coming up through traffic right now, really on the move.
He's running in sixth.
Who has fought all day long to get back into good race contention there. Jeremy Mayfield in the 12 just behind him.
That's for fifth place right there.
Kenseth's not giving up.
No.
Coming right back at him. Yeah, slow here is about 142, 143 miles an hour.
Yeah, exactly. That's when we say slow car, we certainly don't imply they're running slow. Look at Jeremy Mayfield taking a look on the inside of Kenseth there, with all the way up on the quarter pound coming through the corner. Thought better of it, backed out just a little bit.
Now off the low side of the track, Mayfield has it. Jarrett settles back in line. And look at that move by Kenseth. He and Rusty Wallace scrambling for fifth.
He wants that position very bad as you see him coming off turn 2. He pulls up beside Rusty. Rusty kind of comes over and says, it isn't going to be easy if you get by me, but hey, I tell you what, Matt Kenseth, no matter where he finishes, he should be proud of a great run today.
This car's dancing just a little bit here down the final stages.
A little more steam right in the center part of the corner. If he can get under Rusty and pull even with him, I think he has the mustard to get him.
Look at this. Mayfield got by Bobby Labonte.
That was for fourth spot that they had. Grabs third now, does Mayfield. Right behind him, Kenseth. Did he hang on against Rusty Wallace?
Right here is where he's strong, but he's on the low side and can't get a great run up. Rusty will pull back beside of him, side by side, down the back of the straightaway.
10 miles to go.
Here comes Kenseth again. He's not going to give up either.
What a great show.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy, I tell you what, that's two great drivers right there. And when I say that, Kenseth has proved how well he can drive today.
Can you imagine how good this Kenseth kid is going to be when he gets some experience? Oh, boy.
What that did, though, that brought Dale Jarrett right up on the back of Kenseth now.
Still going on.
That's going to be a good battle right down to the finish.
Yep.
Wallace in 5th, Kenseth in 6th.
Trying that outside, Doctor, but it's not working for him. Rusty has his car where he can get back in the throttle pretty well in turns 1 and 2. In the past, this is the end that Kenseth has been the strongest, but he's getting the washout just a little bit. I think he leaned on those tires just a little bit much there. Boy, does he ever go down the straightaway.
Sure does.
Meanwhile, it will be the white flag for Mark Martin as he gets set to come out of turn number 4 and head to the stripe. There he is, starting on the butt pole today. The 76 bonus is $22,800 if you win the race starting from the pole. It would be Mark's 2nd straight win from the pole in this MBNA Gold 400. His 28th career win. Mark Martin looking for checkers. They fly for him here at the Monster Mile. Jimmy Fennick, you and the guys did it nicely. Gordon 2nd after leading 379 laps of 400. Mark Martin's going to victory lane. Mayfield 3rd, Labonte 4th, Rusty Wallace 5th. Kenseth will finish 6th.
Matt Kenseth, your first Winston Cup start. Congratulations, an outstanding effort, 6th place.
Yeah, we ran pretty good. The McDonald's Ford, handled really good all day. I probably didn't call for quite the right adjustments there in the middle of the race when I was running 2nd to Mark. We were running the same lap times, we're just a little tight, so I wanted to free it up. We got a little too loose, and then we came back to being pretty good again, but them guys at the end of the race stepped on the gas. In the middle of the race, I think he was just leaving me where he wanted me, and everybody made the right adjustments, and then they have a lot more experience in long races, and kind of took off and left me, but I'm glad we got a good run for the Bill Elliott number 94 car, and I hope they're doing all right at home.
Well, congratulations. Eli?
Classy young driver with one whale of a future ahead of him.
No, don't say it.
Nice to see our director, Gary Clem, having a good time.